Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you've done so already. Now looking at the put to call ratio, it's at 0.55. It was lower last week and we didn't have anything for a pullback. When we had pullback on Thursday, but it got quickly bought back. Didn't get much of a pullback. I mean, we got like what, $5 whoopee. But yeah, it's low, but really not that low. I mean, it was lower last week. Now looking at the economic calendar for the week, I don't see anything for Monday. Tuesday at 10 o'clock, we have consumer confidence. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, unemployment claims and preliminary GDP at 8:30. Some Fed speakers. Friday, let's see, GDP, no, not GDP. We have core PCE and consumer sentiment and inflation expectations on Friday. So not much on the economic calendar for the week. We'll have to see what actually happens. Now we have things going on in the Middle East. There's more fireworks in the Middle East with Israel and stuff. So that may have a factor. I mean, let's see, what is the market at right now? Futures is down seven points. I mean, really not that much. Now looking at SPY, was so close on SPY. I thought last week, one of the days last week, actually both Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, that if we got over 563, we were going to go to all-time high, which is 565. And it just didn't test it. I mean, it kept coming really close and just wouldn't get there. It just kept stalling out at 563. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and it just didn't get there. But if something doesn't happen overnight and SPY gap down more than what it is right now, I mean, it might not even gap down. I mean, it's gapped down. I mean, it's gapping down now, but by the time market opens, it could be gapping up. I mean, we've seen so many times where it just gaps down, and then it just by the time it opens, it's recovered fully. So, but if nothing happens, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we retest all-time high. And when we get to all-time high, I think the SPY is gonna squeeze, because I think everybody and their mother is gonna try to short at double top at 565, and we got to push to 570. So be very careful about shorting SPY's double top. SPY loves to squeeze. So, and it's setting up on an hourly for inverted head and shoulders. You get the left, you get the head, and you get the right shoulder right here. So I don't think we're going to get this 565 without it squeezing to 570. So that's just my intake on this. Now, if it does manage to gap down, we get underneath 560. I'm going to gap to fill down here below 550, 545, 540. So we're just going to take it day by day. We get, like I said, Israel's coming into play. Things could end up getting worse over there, and then we have China and Taiwan and stuff like that. If something happens out of that, and I saw that Ukraine and Russia are in the news again. So a lot of noise going on, and Biden just took off for vacation, so I don't know who's really running the country. Well, actually, he never really was in the first place, but things just seem to be getting worse and worse and worse, and we'll have to see what happens. So that's what I think on SPY. We're going to go back to all-time high and squeeze above it if we do. VIX is at, what, 1586 right now. We could easily... it does end up getting to all-time high and squeezing. We're going to see VIX down to 12 again. So VIX, a heart monitor, gets below 14. We're going to be down to 12 again. So I'm not surprised about that. Costco, something worth watching, because it gets over this, we'll say 883. Probably going to push to 890, 900. pretty quick. So definitely it's flagging right here on the daily. I think that we could end up seeing 900 plus on Costco. So definitely keep an eye on that on Costco. Amazon. Amazon's rejecting the 20 the 20 EMA on the weekly. The daily, you know, it's kind of like it rejected 180, but it's holding 175. So I'd watch for a gap fill right here down to 172. If it doesn't fill the gap and we actually have a run, it gets over 180. I'd definitely watch over 180 for push to 185, 190, 195, 200 on Amazon. So Amazon's really in the middle where it could go either way at this point. I mean, I wouldn't just focus on one side. I'd focus on both. It's kind of in the middle of the range on the weekly between all-time high and this area right here. So it could literally flip a coin, and depending on what the market's strong, it's going to go 180 to 190. The market's weak, it's probably going to go 170. So all be dependent on what the market does. Now Meta, it's another one to keep an eye on. It's touched this 540 area a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if it does manage to hold, actually, you know, a couple of things. One is if it does get below this 525, definitely keep an eye on it to drop to 520, 510, 500. But I'd be more interested if it gets up to 540, gets over 540. We could see a strong push to 550 and 560, maybe even see 600 possibly. I know that sounds crazy, but when Meta gets some strength behind it and breaks out, we could see a strong move out of Meta. So just keep an eye on that. Tesla's kind of the same scenario as Amazon, but I'd be watching it over 225 or 224. We'll push to 230, 235, 240, and for a gap fill up here at the 250 area, 245 area. So I wouldn't really be watching the short side. I'd be more or less watching for a push right here. Get an inverted head and shoulders, the left, the head and the right shoulder. Kind of a slanted neckline right here, right around. You could say it's probably right around the 223, 224 area. But we could see a strong move out of Tesla, so definitely keep an eye on Tesla. Netflix is just, it made all-time highs, I think, what, Tuesday? Yeah. It pulled back a little bit. It's flagging a little bit, but I would watch it, you know, for maybe more upside. It gets over 700 again. Probably could see a strong move out of it to probably 710, 720 again. So all-time high is 711. But if it gets over, I'd say even 690, 695, you could probably see a push to 720 pretty quickly on Netflix. So a couple of things to watch out for. I know I'm looking at the bull side on a few things, but I'm just kind of thinking with the idea that we're going to probably push to all-time high because we're so close. I mean, SPY is so close. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen SPY so close to a new all-time high and not actually make retest all-time high and make new all-time high. I mean, we had this big pullback, and this has been since mid-July, and we're in an election year, getting close to elections, and that's why I think that we're going to push. Not unless something happens in the Middle East or something else happens. I think that we're going to push to all-time high and new all-time high. It just, you rarely see it get close but not get there, and there's a lot riding on the line with elections and for it not to actually do it. But Israel, the war in the middle, the conflict in the Middle East could end up putting a damper on everything. So just have to see. You got to take it day by day, and that's exactly what we'll do, and we'll just make our call in the morning. And that's why you need to be in the room. So thanks for watching.